Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another fantasy football video. The semi-finals are over. England are out. I'm hungover. I'm sad. And now we only have a few days to make our changes ready for the final round of the World Cup Fantasy Football. The final is on Sunday, and we also have the third and fourth place game on the Saturday. So before we get into my team, as always, we'll have a quick look at the league. For the first time in about 4 rounds, Ing Ali Adel 2 has lost his place at the top, 16 points behind the new leader, Gorbazio 09. If we have a look at his team, I told you, you had to back a team you thought was going to make it through. I, as you will find out, and you probably already know, backed England massively, so I didn't have the greatest of weeks. He backed Croatia massively and got the points through Perisic, so very decent there. Titty with a clean sheet and a goal as well, so Trippier with the goal. He's basically picked out the players who got the points in the semi-finals and had Perisic as the captain as well. If we take a look at Ing Ali Adel 2's team, he got 49 points. Griezmann, Varane, Trippier, Titty, Lloris, all pulling in the points there. 49 points is still very decent. Just Gorbazio had an absolute screamer this week. And for anyone who's wondering how I am doing in the league, I'm currently sitting in 370th. There's almost 2,000 people in the league, so I'm doing alright. I'm not doing amazing, but I'm doing okay. And now it's time to take a look at my team. 42 points from the semi-final. Griezmann captain did me well. Pavard and Hernandez both clean sheets. Trippier goal, but I've said it already. I backed England pretty big in that game, and unfortunately it didn't come off. I thought I was going to get clean sheets from Maguire, Trippier and Pickford at one point, and obviously none of that came through, but 42 points is still alright. So this is a pretty tough round, to be fair. The one change I'll definitely be making is Svensson, my Swedish player who didn't actually qualify for the semi-finals, but I didn't have enough transfers in the last round to actually remove him. So after that, all of these teams, all 4 teams, will be playing another game. Whether it's the final or the 3rd place, 4th place match, they've all got another game. So in theory, everyone in that team will actually play again, and it might not actually be necessary to make any changes. I mean, for the final on Sunday, France versus Croatia, you've got to say, you would imagine, or a lot of people are going to be backing France to win that one. So looking at players like Griezmann, if you don't have them already, French defenders, Mbappe's looked really good. If you don't have any of those players, it might be worth moving them in. But at the same time, there's no saying that Croatia can't get a goal. We've seen what they did against England. They left it pretty late before they scored and then got the extra time winner. So it's a final. Both teams are going to be very nervous. You never know what's going to happen. But if you were going to pick players from, I suppose, all of those 4 teams, I think I would go France. And then the Belgium-England game. Now, my team is massively populated with England players. And I only have 5 transfers to make. So looking at that, I'm thinking, shall I move a few English players out to maybe get a few more French players in? Shall I get Mbappe in? But at the same time, they will essentially play again. So I'm almost moving players around. I'm not really transferring players because they haven't qualified. It's just to try and pick the best players. And something else to mention, for that Belgium-England game, you'd imagine they're going to want to go for it and get 3rd place in the World Cup. But at the same time, we're out. It's like I suppose it's a bit of a consolation if you can get 3rd, but I can see both of those teams making changes to maybe allow some players who didn't get much game time in the World Cup to now get a chance at some game time. If you go ahead and stack your team full of Belgian players and then Martinez decides to give a few other players a run out, you've obviously made your changes too soon. One easy change for me to make is to remove Courtois and put in Lloris. So first off, I've got 1 goalie on the first day, Pickford, and another goalie on the second day, I've got Lloris. Now Svensson's only 4.3 million, so I can't really do much with him at the moment. And then as for the rest of the team, I mean, Griezmann's the pen taker, Kane's the pen taker, Modric is the pen taker, Hazard is the pen taker, so I've got all the pen takers on the pitch. And then the question is whether I shuffle things around, I mean, I've already got 2 French defenders in there. I've got a pretty good mix of all 4 teams. So for me, I'm actually at the point now where I'm thinking I'm just going to leave it right up until I see the lineups for the England-Belgium game and then make my changes. Because if I suddenly find out in that England-Belgium game that they're not going to play Maguire and Trippier and Lingard because they're giving people a chance, those are the people I need to use my transfers on. I'll have a little mess around, but I'm just letting you know that I think I'm going to leave it until the 4th, 3rd place team sheets are out. And then I'll do my team. France really don't have many midfielders either. They've just got, well, obviously we know the French midfielders, but it's not really the way they play. They don't really have any scoring midfielders other than, you say, Pogba, but obviously he hasn't really done it this World Cup. I've had a bit of a mess around, but I'm literally going to leave it until the 3rd/4th placed team sheets come out, and then I'll make my changes, because France and Croatia will play their starting 11, but England and Belgium, I don't know. There might be some changes, and it's silly for me to make transfers now to find out that some of the players that I've put in, they decided to rest them or give someone else a chance. So I am actually going to leave it, which means I have been very little help in this video. Things to mention, like I said already, get your penalty takers in: Griezmann, Kane, Modric, Hazard. Make sure you've got a goalkeeper from both days, so you can put Pickford in first, and if he doesn't get a clean sheet, you can put in Lloris. And I think it's a decent tip to actually wait with your transfers until the lineups come out on Saturday, because you literally have pretty much up till kickoff to make your changes. So if you're on the ball, you've got a full hour to see who is playing in that first game. If England and Belgium are both playing their starting 11s, then you've got nothing to worry about. But it's just, I can see them not resting the whole team. Both teams will want to go for it, but I can just see a couple of players like the England left back Ashley Young might bring Rose in for this game. Just little things like that. So I wouldn't want to make full changes to my team and find out that half of the guys didn't get a game. So that is my top tip. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Absolutely gutted about England. I don't know what I'm going to do for the game on Saturday, but we'll have to see what happens with the France Croatia game. But yeah, thank you for watching. As always, drop a like if you are enjoying these videos, and if you want to be helpful as well, put a comment down below, leave some of your tips, and just get involved. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.